This is a partnership between a number of different organisations, Interserve, Catch22, Club Finance and Big Society Capital. And the idea is we bring our collective expertise and energy and drive and imagination to the fore to encourage others to step up and come up with solutions around the future of public service delivery. So we'll do it by enthusing, encouraging, but giving people access to the capability that we bring to the Public Services Lab itself.
One of the things why we called it the Public Services Lab is there's an element of laboratory and testing and experimentation, and when we've talked to stakeholders, they like the idea of a bit of a safe place to allow them to try different forms of thinking out before perhaps going out with a new contract.
Thinking outside the box is the key thing and what we offer. And thinking outside the box, you can then get benefits from breaking out from the compartmentalisation of traditional delivery of public service, where the corpy does this and it does this and it does this and nobody talks to anybody very much. But put these things together and you start getting benefits that create huge savings in terms of impact, for example, on the health service. Later on down the track, when things have been going wrong for years and years and years and decades and decades and decades, just by being a bit imaginative, we may be able to achieve huge benefits, but also huge savings. We know that we've seen tonight we can talk a good game. We've now got to put those words into action and make it happen. That's the challenge for us, but it's made a lot easier by the recognition from people who know that we're on the right track.
People are desperate for new ways of thinking because many local authorities, for example, are salami slicing their way through their budgets, and we're interested in saying actually you don't have to do it like that. So it might be that you think very imaginatively about who can run your parks, who can run your museums, who can help with managing your libraries at one end of the equation, and at the other end of the equation you might take it to how do you create the conditions in which children's social care can be delivered differently by making better use of the capability that exists in our communities.
I think it's a big part of it. I think it's a big part of it because that's the thing from my experience of sitting on the sort of side of a community organisation or a social enterprise, which often stops a deal happening or often stops a contract happening. So I think that we need to come in as the confident part of saying there's actually a financial model here that can work, and that we've tested this out, we've proved it, and we've got partners as part of the venture which can sort of make it happen.
The test bed is Liverpool because that's where there's the enthusiasm, the commitment, but also the need. But then we can roll this out over the whole of the northwest, the whole of the north, and possibly London might benefit.
Yeah, I think that the gap between community and public services there's a gap that exists between the two of them that isn't just about Liverpool, it's about every city and every area in this country. And I think that gap, that space in between the two is a space that the lab wants to occupy. And yes, we'll test that in Liverpool, but already this morning there was a conversation about a situation in Northern Ireland or a situation in Manchester which the lab could also do something in. So it's definitely something which can go across the UK.
It will look like empowered communities taking responsibility for managing their own needs and requirements. I think it gives us some acknowledgement that what we're doing makes some sense, that people recognise the importance of the challenge that we've set ourselves on, and that the idea has it resonates with people. Ultimately, this is about trying to reimagine how you can deliver public services in a post-austerity environment.